Hey, Joe.
Hey, Nick.
Guess what time it is?
Tool time?
Time for you to take a fucking shot of whiskey. Come around anyhow, run around town down, won't you hear me now? People talking in the street, don't give a shot of coming down the line, we running out of time now. When I'm going at you, come around anyhow, run around town down, won't you hear me now? People talking in the street, don't give a shot of coming down the line, we running out of time now. When I'm going at you, come around anyhow, low brand whiskey.
Technically, every whiskey has all the grades because the shit at the top or the bottom, maybe it's one or the other.
Of course, Mac.
The cream rises to the top.
Right, so it's the top notch shit is at the top.
McCormick.
Top shelf McCormick's.
McCormick. Low brand alcohol.
McCormick. Fucking
Tastes
McCormick.
like kissing grandmother.
So, for those of you listening right now, we're sitting in an undisclosed area on the outskirts of the Wichita, Kansas area. And sitting in a studio here, I got 3 other people with me. I'm going to go around the circle here. We got Joe.
What's up?
What's going on?
How you doing tonight?
I'm good. Good.
Fabulous.
So, what the fuck are you doing here?
Well, just having a little sip or two.
Yeah?
Talking about spaceships.
Chilling? Spaceships?
You know.
Yeah?
Kids in space.
And to the left of Jess,
Hello.
Joe, we have Jess. Hi, how are you over there?
Fan-fucking-tastic. How are you?
I'm great. You had a little trouble getting into the studio tonight.
Yep.
Went walking in the wrong direction.
Yep.
And to the left of her, we've got Kyle. What's up, Kyle?
How's it going?
How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm feeling great.
Good.
Ready to talk about some stuff.
You gonna take a shot of that McCormick?
McCormick. Oh,
It's good for you.
tasty. So tasty.
Put hair on your chest.
This is a special reserve.
Whiskey in space! Oh, I dropped it.
Bad handoff.
Yeah. That kind of sucked.
fault.
Can you really drop stuff in space, or does it just float off?
I think it just eventually floats. Into
Yeah, it's like whatever force you put it in, it just goes until it
Try to
stops.
grab it.
It's like little asteroid pellets can just tear you to pieces because they just don't stop.
I've seen
Like
Homer
bullets.
eat a potato chip in outer space.
That would be messy as fuck.
Not
Didn't
exactly.
Homer do that?
Remora?
Didn't Homer do that
Yeah,
on a spaceship?
I think so.
He was like, dun 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 dun.
Exactly.
That one?
Oh, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
I don't remember the rest of that episode,
I
though.
think they were Pringles.
Pringles?
Pringles.
Triangles.
So basically, we're here to fill your head full of stuff and fixins. We're gonna...
Like Thanksgiving in your mind.
That's a good one.
Yum.
Whiskey for the mind. Wait, whiskey actually is for the mind, though, because that's what it affects, right? Well, that in your body.
Whiskey for your thoughts.
But then that sounds like you're going to give whiskey to somebody who tells you what they're thinking. What you thinking?
Oh,
Give you
you're
some
right.
whiskey.
Like that's a bartering
Right,
system.
like whiskey for your thoughts?
Much better than a penny.
Yeah, I would take whiskey over a fucking penny any day. Any day.
Me too.
Good God.
Even those new pennies they're putting out now.
Which ones are those?
The ones, now that Abraham Lincoln's killing zombies, they got him doing action shots with the axe. On the
What?
back of the penny.
That's not like federal currency, is it?
Sure it is. I don't have any pennies on me right now. I
Everyone
just
is
have
jumping on the
my
zombie
debit card.
train. If you've noticed lately,
Yeah.
like it's just becoming more and more tolerable. I think people are like getting used to the idea that it could actually happen.
Well, did you hear the Miami zombie killer, face eater,
Yeah, I mean,
was not
people-
on bath salts that they could detect?
Right. He was only on marijuana.
Yeah, well, and you know they're going to use that, and they're going to say, well, see what pot can do to you?
Yeah.
There's no way it can be legal now. And that's just BS.
I just think that there's definitely a lot of crazy things that happen, and
I'm thinking
CIA, FBI type underground mental degradation going on there, like something like brainwashing or chemical or some sort of radio wave that beams into their head and makes them go crazy like that, because it's happening all over the place.
Definitely
Right.
hot.
Well, he was diagnosed like 2 years before this ever happened that he was psychotic.
Yeah, and somebody told me that he was schizophrenic too, but I didn't see anywhere that any of that. It just said he might have been. Like, I never saw anything that really substantiated it.
Right.
But he did at one point threaten to kill his family. So, but how do you make the jump from that to nom 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 on somebody's fucking face? Like, how do you just like boing? I'm gonna chew your face off, bum. Come here, you bum.
I don't really care how like sick you are or anything like that. Like, I just don't really understand how you would be able to do that. You know?
They're gonna be like,
I mean, while you're thinking
marijuana
about,
gives you munchies. They'll make you eat somebody's face off.
I've been hungry before.
I don't want any of that, because
guess.
then I'd eat and eat and eat. Faces.
Yeah.
Right, but all the testing that we have, it still does not substantiate. Can't even pronounce that word.
Oh my god.
Just as,
Whiskey in space!
But we can still not test for everything that is in your system.
Well, everything with bath salts.
yeah, these designer
Exactly.
drugs that people are doing are so new. I don't think that they have the abilities to really test for it. I mean, all they can do is go off of behavior. So, for what he was doing, I mean, I've seen some videos of people who have done the bath salts, and I mean, they
Was
do
it like
some,
the salvia videos?
It's even
Badass.
crazier than that. Like, people go like manic, like they're just crazy. I mean, I've seen some crazy salvia videos before too, but I mean, people still have somewhat control over themselves when they do salvia. But with the bath salts, I mean, I've seen just crazy. They have no control over what they
I'm
do.
going to jump out this window, but not really hard.
Right.
Does that sound like fun though? I mean, like your friend's like, dude, yeah, it was horrible. And you're like, yeah, let's do it. It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
How does that mentality?
Yeah,
I
how
don't
does
get
happen?
that. Like you don't want to kill yourself. You just want to punish your fucking mind.
Your friends bring out the video camera.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't ever want to come into salvia contact. I've seen the videos, and that just doesn't sound right.
Anything that hasn't been around for a very long time, I don't think you can trust, you know?
Well,
Faux show.
anything that's not natural, of course. Alcohol is natural.
Right.
Thanks to our trusty cans of Buzz Light.
Buzz Light.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Buzz Light Beer.
Gotta thank our sponsors.
To infinity and beyond.
Yeah, Buzz Light Beer.
And 4 on and 4th.
So forth.
Whatever.
Into nothing.
To forever and infinity.
In the toilet. You guys, it's been really fucking hot out.
Read
And well, yeah, I already said we were on the outskirts of Wichita, Kansas, but we're in Kansas right now, and it's been just ridiculous hot.
It is, yeah.
triple digits.
Solar flares.
A lot of humidity, a lot of heat.
Something. Yeah.
It's only
Definitely uncomfortable.
That's really hot.
the end of June.
But compared to LATimes.com, physicists have produced the highest man-made temperature. How hot do you think that shit is? The highest man-made temperature, what do you think?
115.
115 degrees?
Is that Fahrenheit or?
I think your oven goes up to like, what, 450? 500?
No, it does.
That's a good guess, though. Good try.
Preheat to 115.
Yeah.
Joe, what do you think?
Man.
Man-made temperature.
Man-made temperature. What do you think the highest man-made temperature is?
I'm gonna have to say
Too slow, Kyle.
Well, I figure, the sun is the hottest thing that we know of.
Okay, well, what's the hottest man-made temperature?
I would
the
say,
sun is pretty sexy.
man, probably like 15,000 degrees.
15,000. Joe?
15,000. I'm gonna go a step higher. I'm gonna go 15,250.
Oh, what is this?
Bob.
Yeah. Physicists produce highest man-made temperature at 7 trillion degrees, according to LA Times. 7 trillion. So no matter how hot it's been here,
Knack, please.
yeah. Brookhaven National Laboratory have smashed gold ions together to produce a quark-gluon plasma like that which existed in the first instant after the Big Bang.
Molten hot
that created
plasma.
the universe, and in doing so have produced what Guinness World Record says is the highest man-made temperature ever at 7.2 trillion degrees.
Who is Guinness?
That is about 250,000 times hotter than the temperature of the core of the sun.
So
LA Times.
Exactly, how did they measure that? I mean, how does that
Seriously.
work exactly?
That's really hot, you guys.
Do they use actual thermometers at that point, or did they use like
an equation of some sort?
Right.
How do we have thermometers that measure stuff that's hotter than the core of the sun? Just in case anything ever gets that hot.
See,
We've got it.
that's what I'm saying. They can't use thermometers for that, so they got to use some sort of like infrared ray.
Well, and I mean, what kind of time and energy is
Raymometers.
going into this study? You know, like
Why do children still die of cancer?
Why do we need to know this?
I'm not laughing at cancer.
Why did this happen? But people are suffering and stuff. You know.
Yeah, forget it. We'll see how hot we can get stuff.
Yeah, maybe we'll burn it.
Fire.
Kyle, what you got over there?
Well, this article is from lifescience.com, and it actually talks about the discovery of extraterrestrials and how that would affect modern organized religion.
Ooh, I like that.
I like it too. I mean, I've thought about this a lot, and I've seen a lot of things, read a lot of articles, and watched a lot of documentaries on aliens. And I mean, I can understand that some people may have a little bit of doubt about it, but I mean, there's also a lot of evidence that goes and tries to prove it also. So I mean, it's kind of an argument that can't be won at this point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah, this says both. It says that even if extraterrestrials are discovered, there's definite proof, and there's no more denying it, that organized religion would still stick together just because of their beliefs over such a long period of time. There's going to be some sort of explanation
Or they'd
for it.
adapt it to say that there's one God over everything.
Right, and a professor...
like the Ancient Aliens show.
Exactly.
They talk about that actually being...
Is that like old aliens?
The God stuff, yeah. Like, think about it. What's up? Heaven. That's the heavens up in outer space. Okay.
What's up?
These gods, or God, whatever you believe in, came down to Earth with all these saints or angels or whatever, and then they went back up. And they haven't been back since. That we know of. But, that's very plausible. That's more plausible than a magic man from another dimension.
I agree.
But every day, though, they're discovering the multi-dimensional universe that could be more possible.
And that's what they talked about in this article. I mean, this has been going on for, since people have existed. There's always been that kind of idea that there's other things out there, and people have been interested in it. And, modern day culture, we're not as advanced, I don't think, as, some of the older civilizations that, they tried to do all the research they could on outer space, and the things that they did and the breakthroughs that they found with the technology that they had at the time just blows my mind.
My belief on that is they were far more advanced than we could think of, but the stuff they were using is no longer around. Because think, after the world ends or recycles itself, whatever it does, whenever it happens, everything that we know right now that's made out of anything will be dissolved except for rusted little pieces of metal and the occasional chair or something, it all gets turned back into dirt after a while. So, maybe they just had some crazy shit.
Yeah, it's gotta be something. I mean, they definitely use their resources a lot better than I think we do now. And you were talking about...
Well, they had to, didn't they?
Oh, yeah, I would think so, just to survive. I mean, you need to live, and they figured something out, definitely. This article also talks about, you were saying how we're, not the center of the universe, and that's really what they talk about, is that there have been 700 other planets, alien planets outside of our solar system that have been discovered, and, you cannot deny the fact that they're out there. And just to go along with, Mars and doing, observations on that and sending, droids and drones there and everything to go check it out. I mean,
these aren't the droids you're looking for.
Yeah, they found, canals and stuff like that, You know, who knows what those could be from? Are they dug out by, a civilization? Are they caused
or like the
by
Nazca
erosion?
lines.
Right. There's just so much stuff out there. And
Giant landing strip.
going back to ancient civilization, they've always, talked about alien life, and you see it on hieroglyphics and stuff carved on cave walls. I mean, it's nothing new, so I don't think it should surprise anyone anymore.
It's like, we're so smart that all we have to write it on is rock.
Right.
Yeah. And we'll be right back. Joe, you got one over there, don't you?
Amen, brother. I do.
What is it?
This is, and thanks to Gizmodo.com.
Gizmodo.
Good people. Scientists invent particles that will let you live without breathing. That's right, people. I said that.
That's zombie-ish, isn't it?
Jesus Diaz
I think so.
reports that you can breathe now. Seriously, you can breathe, people.
Is that it? Is that all it says?
No, it doesn't say that. It says
I'm breathing right now, and it feels great.
Yeah, it feels so much better than Jose Diaz or Jesus
thank
Diaz.
you. Praise Jesus. No, like something out of a science fiction movie, researchers have designed microparticles that can be injected into your bloodstream to quickly oxygenate your blood. Yeah, that's right, people. Oxygenate.
Oh shit, that means you'll be able to like swim for like miles.
Look that
Or
up.
be underwater and walk around, not have to breathe.
That would be insane. So I'm reading this as we speak, and you can be injected with something that will keep you alive for, 15 to 30 minutes despite major respiratory failure.
Oh. That's 15 or 30 minutes.
That sounds like every other drug that's out there right now. Like,
Yes.
take
Yes, you can't
this,
stay
and it
underwater
has
for hours.
one benefit, but it could kill you in 900 ways.
Well, they
Rectal
say it's like
bleeding may occur.
enough time for doctors and emergency personnel to act without risking like heart attack or permanent brain injuries. So
From asphyxiation.
asphyxiation.
So, I mean, like, what would be the actual use for that? I mean, what do you think would be a practical way to use that? Because I'm pretty okay with breathing most of the time. I'm never like,
pretty crazy.
damn, this would be so awesome if I didn't have to breathe. You know?
Yeah,
It's
but
just
only
one of
for
those new
15 or
drugs.
30 minutes and then you're dead.
Right. So, like, how could that be useful, you think?
Military,
Maybe
that's like
against-
Navy SEAL stuff, man.
Yeah.
They like
definitely.
sneak in underwater and like take over a place full of... Wait, that's The Rock
Yeah.
with
but
Nicolas
see,
Cage.
I love how
Something in that scenario.
I love how everything that can be used in such a good way always gets used for, like you talked about,
Well,
like war.
it's
or
not
like,
that it gets used for it. It's that the people that want to research and develop it have the money to do it, are in the military or part of the military. That's like the Xbox. What is that? Where you like, what is that controller for the
The Kinect.
The Kinect. That was that was part of Israeli security. Like, Israeli military designed that thing.
3D maps your room.
Yeah, to, like, check out who's crossing the Gaza Strip or who's on the other side of the wall. Like, should the guns shoot or should the guns not shoot? That's what it was developed for.
And then they're like, hey, everyone put this in your home and dance around and have fun with it and stuff.
Sell it off to Xbox.
Yeah.
Here you go, Microsoft.
Of course.
Have our spy technology.
I guess I never really thought about it being used for that. But
we're going to put a camera in every living room in the United States.
Right. They could be on at any point in time.
And each camera has like 3
cameras. No one
unplugs
their Xbox every time they don't use it.
No.
It's still on. They could tune in whenever they want. Just like cell phones and stuff like that, you know? That's freaky.
So just plug into
how things are.
Kyle's Xbox, see what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm not there. I'm sorry. My dog's there.
It's an empty couch with
Where
a
my
bunch
dog's
of
at?
bunch of dogs everywhere.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a zombie thing to me. Like, let me inject you. You can't breathe.
Is that going to be like the new Umbrella Corp?
The Umbrella Corp, yes.
Resident Evil starts with that.
Resident Evil, I'm telling you. Starts with this right here. Can't believe that. They'll let you live without breathing.
Sounds pretty sketchy.
I guess it like stemmed from like some little girl that had a lung hemorrhage caused by pneumonia, and she sustained several brain injuries, which ultimately led to her death. But like, hey, we could have injected you with this stuff and would have been okay because we would have had time to fix you.
Okay, well that makes sense then. So they're saying like if you are unable to use your lungs, so that you don't
they've got
damage,
extra time,
right?
To
So
like
you don't damage your brain.
Extra time to get you on a ventilator.
Okay, I could
Like,
see.
hey,
where that
dummy,
could be
you're not
useful.
supposed to breathe underwater. Why'd you drown?
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're gonna save you. We inject you with this stuff.
Didn't you know you're not supposed to breathe underwater? What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
No offense to drowning victims.
So, pretty crazy.
That is crazy. Jess, what you got?
I've got a third of Earthlings believe in UFOs would befriend aliens by USA Today.
Good people at USA Today.
Oh, you know somebody over there.
Because today is the USA. Not like USA tomorrow, or...
Did you shoot that whiskey?
I did.
Where's
I
that?
shot it across the room over at Kyle.
Kyle? Did you shoot it? I could tell.
Jessica.
That's you guys are doing good. Okay, sorry.
What befriending, you know.
Befriending aliens.
I like to be a friend with an alien.
Well, I'm very interested at the fact that 22% would befriend the alien, 15% would run away, 13% would lock the doors, and only 2% would try to inflict bodily harm.
On an alien.
Yes.
I think that's,
So, like, you see a motherfucker coming through the door, and it's an alien, or walking through the wall, or beaming in.
LM.
And your immediately
Beach at night.
response is to, like, pick up a fucking shoe and throw it at it. Like, get out of here! Get!
Right, exactly. Are we so ignorant to believe that we are the only ones in the entire galaxy to believe that we are the only ones?
I don't believe that.
I don't
Exactly.
believe that either.
Kyle?
Nope. I
No.
don't believe that.
I mean, I don't think that people would try to hurt it just for the fact that, I mean, they're way more advanced. They could just disintegrate you in a second or something. I wouldn't want to, like, start a confrontation, you know?
Yeah, they traveled all the way across space to kidnap you.
Right, yeah.
Like, they traveled all the way over here just to kill
Because
you.
we're so interesting.
You are the chosen one.
If they wanted you dead, you'd be dead by now.
Yeah.
Right.
If they are here and they wanted you dead, or they wanted to enslave us, we'd all be enslaved or dead.
Already.
Yeah, exactly. The day it happens is the day they find we exist and we're here.
That's
I'm
hard to
serious.
believe. I'd buy rather like there's aliens on Earth that
Secret.
have like a human face and they like peel it back. Like
Men in
movies.
Black.
Totally, that's happening. It's not like they travel so long. Like, oh, I got a 15-hour trip to Earth.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I have, like, you go to the grocery store and you see somebody there and you look at them. There's just something not right. Like, they don't seem human. Like, have you guys, seriously, have you experienced that?
Seriously.
I have
like,
a couple
Yeah,
times.
you look, and they look at you like, you know. And,
Right.
and you're like, all right, I'm going to check out and go home.
Yeah.
Like, they get weird. There's some weird people out there. Maybe they are.
the people of the Berlin Walmart.
Berlin Walmart?
Yeah, the people of the Berlin Walmart.
That's got to be pretty rough.
Well, I'm just going to express this one more from USA Today. Nearly 65% think that Barack Obama would be better suited than Mitt Romney to handle an alien invasion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that movie Bars Attacks. I would totally think some actor would be.
You know, part of that was actually filmed in Kansas. Like
It was.
10-second scene out in
Really?
Rosalia.
In where?
Rosalia?
Jess, do you know where that is?
It's
I've been there.
It's west of Eureka.
Been there.
Give us
Right.
your blood.
So if we're talking about, like you just said, that Barack Obama would be better at handling extraterrestrial invasion than Mitt Romney.
I said USA Today said that.
Right. That, I mean, not that you believe that, just that you said it. But from USA Today, if they say that, does that mean that, like, the 2012, the supposed apocalypse, is that have something
Is
to
that
do with-
information warfare? Are they trying to
Right.
prepare you for something?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
wondered
what
that
does that
myself.
even mean, That could be taken on so many different levels.
Romney's shady looking. He's like, I figured if anything went down, he'd like, I got nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, really, what do you do? You know what I mean? Like, who would be? What would you do?
Obama would be like, all y'all people on the streets, rise up.
I've been watching a lot of the news lately on a lot of the weird news websites that I go to, which I'll probably mention later at some time because I'll have
you watch
to.
the news?
No, I don't watch local news.
You listen to it. Close your eyes and listen to the news.
Not local stuff. Because the local news is always trying to, like, bring every story back to Wichita. Like, there'll be a tornado in Missouri, and they'll go, a local resident was in Missouri for the tornado that killed 1,000 people. Find out of where this guy went to high school at 10. It's like...
Kansas, bringing it back.
Yeah, always bringing it back. A new movie out is doing blockbusters on the scene. One of the actors came from Wichita, and it's like a bellboy in the background, like 2-second shot. Like, stop.
Like whatever they can try to take credit for.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous. But I've been looking over a lot of the news, and
Parents live in Wichita.
there's been a lot of people talking about October in St. Louis, saying that there's going to be a false flag operation, a nuke or something, because the military has started putting out a bunch of, like, letters, articles, stuff like that to prepare the police departments down there and around St. Louis to act against the people of the United States in case of an uprising.
Really?
Like a Katrina situation. In the Tyranny Watch blog, we've got a guy here who's got a letter that exposes a plan to train nurses for combat scenario on U.S. soil. That came from Tyranny Watch blog. And the Tyranny Watch recently received an interesting letter from a local whistleblower within the St. Louis, Missouri, who we'll refer to as Andrew Jackson. His mother is a nurse, was sent the letter by the Army in hopes of recruiting RNs to serve. The disturbing but subtle fact spelled out in the letter is this. There's bullet points here. First one is, stay locally in St. Louis. Learn how to drive a Humvee. Learn how to fire a gun. Learn map reading and learn combat skills. What kind of nurse is going to be all fucking Chuck Norris in a Humvee?
Yeah.
Really, a Humvee? Like an H2?
Like
Is this something they're supposed to just
like a
seek
military
out by themselves?
Humvee. And they,
Don't we
Tyranny
all have
Watch blog
GPS?
says, our question is, why would a nurse, even if you are in the Army Reserves and travel into a foreign country, would need to know this? Then add to the fact, there is a promise of staying locally with all the civil unrest training and military exercises happening in St. Louis. Does this letter dovetail with all the other activity happening? It's not clear as of yet. TW, that stands for Tyranny Watch, will be keeping a close eye on the situation as election time nears. And they enclosed a copy of the letter. To infinity and beyond in space.
I don't even know if we can use that. I think that slogan is probably copyrighted by now.
To infinity and rerun in space.
To infinity and a little closer.
Come a little closer.
I forgot what was I talking about?
The nurses getting trained.
Protect the arches. What the fuck? Why is that? Why do we gotta protect that?
Here's the printout of the letter she got, and it shows a picture of like a bunch of there's 4 pictures in a row at the top of the page.
I like pictures.
And the first one's a couple of nurses hovering over some patient with a broken leg. The second one is a lady a soldier, a U.S. military soldier, checking a child for lice.
Well, at least he's not peeing on him.
And the third one is a little girl passed out on a military woman in a military t-shirt with camo pants on.
Sexy.
And the fourth one is the same picture of the military woman dressed in her bulletproof helmet and her vest.
Yeah.
Checking a child for lice. And it says, a different nursing experience. Serve as an Army nurse right here in St. Louis. I'm a I'm a nerf football. I am a nerf football. I'm a nurse serving my country in the Army Reserves 1 week in a month and 2 weeks in the summer. A $50,000 loan repayment and scholarships, insurance, of course, build a second retirement, space available, air travel, and access to all military bases inside and outside of the U.S. for you and your family members.
St. Louis.
You can see that in that if you're paranoid, but I'm paranoid, so I see it.
I mean, who's going to be, worried about checking lice if there's an uprising? Is that really one of the main things that they're going to be doing?
I would let a tick suck me down.
There are bullet points on this one.
Suck my blood, tick. There's zombies going on here trying to eat my face.
We got bigger shit to worry about.
We got to protect Buzz Light.
Beer.
Buzz Light beer.
Well, there's bullet points on this one about what you'll do. Conduct and participate in nursing education classes. Free continuing education units, which all nurses have to have anyway. And they're usually, you can have them for free at the place you work.
CEUs.
Learn Army skills like driving a Humvee, map reading, firing a gun, and combatives.
Nobody reads maps anymore. They all have GPS.
But see if the system
This is going to be some
down.
badass nurses. It'd be like SEAL Team RN.
Right.
They
could kill you
it gives
and
Nurse
bring
Ratched
you
a
back
whole new
to
meaning.
life at the same
A
time.
nurse with a gun.
They could take your
Got
life.
this needle. I will inject you with
give
air,
you life.
mofo.
I know karate. Take your meds, bitch. No basic training for nurses. Basic officer leadership course is only 27 days at Fort Sam Houston,
No
Texas.
basic training.
No basic training.
So is they get the
So you get
advanced
to drive a
class?
Humvee, shoot a gun, and do hand-to-hand combat, and not even have to join the military if you're a nurse.
And wrap me in gauze.
Oh man!
Put me in the splint.
Shoot you with morphine.
Do you use chapsticks for the apocalypse?
So what would you do if the apocalypse came? What would you do? Yeah, what would you do?
I would do whatever they asked me to do.
With who? Who's they?
Who are they?
Who's they? The government. You would do. The government would say, "Hey, do this." You'd be like, "Oh, right, yeah."
Within reason, yes.
Go team.
Jess, we're gonna need you to pack some heat.
Yes.
What if they're like, all right, we got these people. Half of them have broken legs and arms. Half of them don't. Shoot the people in the head that have the broken appendages. What would you do?
Do not totally agree with that.
Okay, well, you have to agree with it if that's what you're going to do.
No, I think we should exhaust all possibilities before we start.
But what if it's like one of those moments where they're like, okay, movie moment. We've got a spaceship. We're going into space because there's an asteroid coming. These people with the broken legs, their legs won't heal in the zero gravity. You need to shoot them all in the face and get everybody else out of here. And it depended, okay, you got 500 people with broken bones. you can't take people with broken bones because their shit won't grow back in zero gravity.
And there's only so much
Right?
space.
Okay,
on the spaceship.
you have 502 people without broken appendages.
I hate math.
Would you do it?
Unfortunately, I'd be one of those people that would rather shoot myself than shoot somebody that did not need to be shot.
So wait,
Whoa.
so they'd say that to you, and you just like fucking shoot yourself in the head.
I'm
not
out.
like
You're like,
immediately.
Sir, yes, sir.
Not right.
Not immediately, but if there was no other option,
Okay, you wouldn't do it. You'd say, "Fuck yourself and your orders, sir." Yeah.
not in those exact words, but yeah.
What if they were like, "You do it, or I'm going to kill you"? You'd let them kill you?
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
But bringing it back to the subject.
What is the subject?
Yeah. What are we talking about here?
I would not be able to injure or harm somebody that was still able to fend for themselves.
Would you shoot me in the face if they were like, "I got 10,000 people"?
If it saved the
10?
Earth.
Yeah, I got everybody on Earth.
Earth.
I got
I don't think Earth is
8.7 million people on Earth, and
Earth, God.
one knack. Do you shoot the knack in the head to save the 8.7 billion people on Earth?
On Earth?
It depends.
Would you?
Yes, I would.
What is
I
it,
would.
What does it depends mean?
It depends. Could I
Like
shoot
the old
myself and
people
save
diapers?
him?
Brought to you by
Depends.
Saving the Earth. Brought to you by Depends.
Jessica's just
End up with a case
She's
of
like
fucking
a-
adult
she's
diapers.
a good person. You know?
Bleeding heart.
Like, my first thought is instantly like, yeah,
Pull
I'll
that
kill
trigger.
whoever you want me to.
I will kill you 100 times.
But first of all, though, like, I wouldn't listen to what they tell me to do because you can't ever trust anyone in that situation, you know?
Oh, no.
do you trust anybody in any situation?
To a certain extent, yes, but, I mean, everyone can be manipulative and, you know, everyone's capable of those kinds of things. When it comes down to the apocalypse, I think you just need to go with your gut most of the time.
Yeah, Mike.
When it comes down to the apocalypse,
Yeah.
you know you can always go with your gut.
Yeah.
Apocalypse in space!
Like, I can honestly say, if it came down to between me and 3 other people in this room, if I had to
If it came down
one
to
person,
you and Kyle, me, and Joe.
if it came down to one person in this room had to go for the rest of you guys to survive, it'd be me.
But see, that's not fair.
But we're not
That's not fair.
in the movie Saw. We're in real life.
You have to be here to repopulate, so let's get rid of these two.
Would you shoot me?
Me and you. It's like Survivor.
Would you shoot me in the face to save
Or a
8.7 billion
survivalist, that show.
It depends, Nick. It strictly depends.
people? Once again, depends. A great sponsor for mature incontinence.
Of things that we should not mention, that we do anyways.
Poopy.
Saving
if it came
senior
between
citizens'
down
lives.
you and I for 8.75
Since
million
1826.
people,
No, would you shoot me in the face to save 8.7 billion people?
just you. I had
Just
no other
me.
option.
In the face
Just-
while you were looking.
just
you can't
once?
close your eyes. You have to cock the fucking trigger and shoot me in the face.
Just once.
To
Just
save
once. To save
8.7
8.7 billion people. Blood splattering all over you.
Hit it or quit it.
Exploding cranium.
No
Would you
other
do it?
option.
No other option.
I would, and then I think I would have to do myself immediately
I
afterwards.
would totally do myself afterwards.
I know you would, Joe. I would do myself.
Sounds
Sounds a little sexy there, Joe.
so sexy.
Oh yeah.
I'm not meaning that sexually at all. A smaller group in order.
Smelling a smaller group?
destroying a smaller group in order to benefit a large group.
How do you feel on eugenics?
You're going to go Fern Gully on her ass.
Fern Gully?
I mean,
Avatar?
Fern Gully.
Isn't Fern Gully and Avatar the same movie?
Yes, it is. Thank you for saying that.
It is.
I have been meaning to get this off my chest for a while.
Fern Gully and Avatar are the same movie.
Ridiculous. So, who's the bat? Because he was my favorite character, Robin Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that song.
Growing up Disney.
Uh,
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Exactly. I mean, you just
It means a
proved it.
whale's vagina.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you think about it, though, what if we were taking the life of someone that would have made a big difference in their life? You know, like, how can you think about that? How can you play God, like whatever God you may think is the God? How can you do that? You can't take life from people.
Play on, playa.
Yeah, you can.
Well,
I just asked Jess if she'd shoot me in the face.
well, you can, but
She
I
said
mean,
she would. Fucking Jesus Christ, evil
when we
bitch.
get down to that, like
She'd shoot me in the
killing
fucking
people.
face. You know what? I'm just now getting mad about that.
Word choice. Word choice.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm sorry.
So,
Don't mean to offend.
to branch
Jess
off
and Joe are an
yours.
item. I guess I need to divulge that to you listening. So I just called her an
People
evil bitch.
across America.
And Joe about threw a guitar at my face. Bong.
So, to just talk a little bit about
Still
what
pissed.
Kyle just spoke
She
about.
said she was going to shoot me in the face.
I would just shoot you in the face.
I know you
See,
would.
she's cool with it now. At first, she was like, "I would shoot myself before you," but now she's like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
I will
I'll
fucking shoot you."
I'll fucking blow your
If I
head
am
off.
saving 7.5 billion people, I would. But,
Can I
What
just
about
say
7.6?
I'll take 7.
but, I would have to immediately do myself in as well.
Well, but
To
how
which
can
Joe
how
said
can
I
you
would
think
do
that,
myself
though? Like,
too. We're talking in circles.
I wouldn't save everybody unless everybody knew that I saved them. So,
So you just want the
I would-
recognition.
See,
Hollywood, baby, Hollywood.
Yeah, Hollywood
See,
Joe.
I don't even need
Ladies
that.
and gentlemen, Hollywood Joe in space.
See, I don't even need the recognition.
We're in
Oh, I
space
need
right
the
now.
Recognition.
I
By the
know.
way,
If I'm gonna do y'all a favor, you best know that I'm the one doing it. Otherwise, let Nick the zombie eat my face off.
who?
I don't want to.
see,
But
but
Knack the zombie?
but
Yeah,
at that
Knack the Zambi.
but at that point in time, I mean, even if you did something to help change the situation, if there was like a huge uprising, do you think anyone would really hear about it? I mean, it would just be chaos.
What do you mean?
Exactly.
If there was an
Would-
uprising in the United States,
Tell me.
Or I'm talking full worldwide uprising.
Yeah,
like,
you'd hear
there's
about it.
either some sort of apocalypse
There's
or
Twitter,
huge
Facebook.
straight out of
event.
the movie stuff, you know.
Right, there's not going to
LA
be any
Times would be
communication.
reporting. There'd be like a spinning newspaper headline on TV. It would be Monday. Joe Morgan.
But TV,
That
would
is
TV
not me.
exist at that point in time? I mean, would that still be something that would be running with all that stuff going on? I mean, people
Yeah.
have to be there to record the TV.
well, unless there's a
Well,
major power
Maybe
outage,
we'd
Right.
probably like
solar flare.
go back.
Something like
It'd
that.
probably just be in black and white.
Okay.
You don't have to raise your hand to talk.
I
You
know.
want to shoot me in the face
But
anyway, so
I
just
don't
talk.
want to shoot you in the face. Only if it's going to save the rest of humanity. I want to shoot you in the face.
Only if that happened.
Only.
Would you do it just to save dog manatee?
No.
Is that like half manatee, half dog? Dog manatee.
You know.
But anyways,
Would you shoot Nick in the face just to save the dogs?
no.
Okay.
No.
Like you're fucking that other dog.
So go back
Your
to
dog?
what we were
Or
just...
Snoop Dogg.
What was that dog's name? What was that dog's name?
It's okay because it's your
The
dog.
dog disappeared. The one that hated me.
Oh, Dawson.
Dawson, that
D-Money.
motherfucker. Every time I go over to Joe's house,
Money.
this little dog would go crazy on me, like trying to fucking bite my leg.
Be all like,
He's
I would
sneaky, too.
drive by in my car, and that dog would be inside. He'd see me drive by in my car, and he'd go crazy.
Dawson was the nicest mean dog ever.
Like, so nice, I'll bark at you from underneath the bed.
And then I'll be cool until you turn around, and then I'll bite your Achilles tendon
That's right.
and kill you.
Don't
You didn't
touch
really
my
bite
ball.
it, but like snip.
Yeah. Just a little
I
something.
think
to let
that's
you
the
know
only
he's
dog
there.
I
ever
think
wanted to kick
Dawson
in
was
my
on
life.
bath salts. Were you giving your dog bath salts? Oh wait,
Dawson
were you
was
giving
on
your dog
bath
marijuana? Because they remember
Well, now that
they
you say
didn't,
it.
Marijuana's
they didn't
bad.
technically find any bath salts and.
But then again, their testing isn't up to speed. But anyways. So, Kyle, what you were speaking of. So, you were talking about how, like, pretty much anybody that has, like, a mental disorder or anything like that.
Is drunk considered a mental disorder?
No,
Okay.
it is not.
It's a temporary mental disability.
I guess if you're drunk all the time, it would be.
Yeah.
But, like, I can't even know where I was going with this. But anyways. So, like, everybody knows who Albert Einstein is, right?
Albert Schmeinstein.
Albert Einstein.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that guy.
You've heard of that guy?
Yeah. 33 equals MC squared.
Anyways.
Oh,
What were we talking about? Sorry, I was texting. What were we talking about?
Joe
Albert
just
Einstein.
said 33 equals MC squared.
33
Well, it
equals
does.
what? MC squared?
No, it's E. E equals MC squared.
33 equals MC squared.
We're spelling it all wrong here.
33 in space!
So anyways, Albert
Somebody's
Einstein.
brainwashed. What?
Albert
Albert
Einstein,
Einstein.
Stein?
was ADD.
Einstein.
Oh, don't get me started on ADD.
Take 9.
No, come on, Nick.
What?
Feed me a little bit. ADD? What? What do you
No,
say
I'm
about
not
that?
even. That's a
Add
whole.
something for me, Nick.
It's fake. They're just being kids. Nobody spanks. That's the fucking problem.
That was the
It's-
problem.
What?
I got the shit knocked out of me
What?
growing up.
Okay.
I got diagnosed with ADD, ADHD, and then I finally just like kept doing stupid shit.
And then we knocked it out of you.
and then they knocked it out of me.
Because how many kids did you know
better
about when we
straighten up.
were younger that had ADD? You know what I
Nobody.
mean? Like
Nobody.
nobody.
It's 'cause
Now
these-
it's like
these parents-
a fourth of the
Remember
classroom is taking
Eric Wall,
Ritalin.
he always scratched like one spot of his head and... Or
See, I think
Derek-
a lot of that's
Derek
just
Fall.
attention. Everybody likes attention.
Derek Fall.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone likes attention. So if you're the weird kid or whatever,
You know.
then
You know a little something
nowadays
about
they're
that?
smart enough to know that you can just be weird and do whatever you want and attribute that to a disease.
It's more of like an acceptance.
No,
thing,
it's
I guess.
because these kids aren't getting their ass beat.
right.
Back in the day, it was...
Because it's illegal. They will take your kids away now, and
They didn't...
they can't be punished anymore for what they do, so they don't learn.
Yeah, you can't.
Just
Like,
don't
that's
like
just the
bruises.
way he is. He just needs attention.
He's special. We just took him to the doctor. He's on 6 different medications. He's just creative.
He's only 37, so
He lives in the
he's
basement.
got
He's creative.
he's got a lot of growing up to do.
We wonder why he sits in his room and draws scary pictures all day.
He's special. He's my little special angel.
Jess,
Did I piss you off?
You did not piss
Okay.
me off.
Try harder. Let's see here.
I know it's
So, ADD children, it does exist, but I do think that it's overdiagnosed.
Mom, toilet paper!
No, it is very much overdiagnosed.
ADD? Yeah. And
Yes.
ADHD. It's the same. Whatever. Hyper children. He's my special angel.
His mind just
Carrick
wonders.
Hartman.
But
It is
I digress.
overdiagnosed. But it does exist.
yeah, well, there's too many drugs out there right now. They're like, damn you, weed, you're illegal. That was my chair, Joseph.
I hope that
Okay,
got on the mic.
we'll get back to the note.
Farts in space.
We live in a pharmaceutical age, though.
We do, and I think we need
Our
to step
generation
away.
is the pharmaceutical age.
And I think
That's
we need
because
to,
now there's something for everything.
we need to step away
Is there a
from
pill
that.
for zombie face eating?
Yes.
Because
I'm
there's
sure
a-
they're probably working on it.
There's going to be a pill for being able to not have to breathe for 30 minutes.
Yeah,
So I would imagine that's,
That's a
plausible.
good
that would be
Start.
awesome.
that's a good start.
We have a good start here. Let's get on that.
It's actually an injection, according to our good friends at Gizmodo.com.
Gizmodo.
Good people.
Where you can
But,
giz in your moto.
but
Giz.
anyways, the point that I was trying to make like 5 fucking minutes ago.
Sorry.
That would be Kyle's. Damn it, Kyle. It's all your fault.
Is that people who actually have ADD and ADHD, they never truly mature.
I know people that weren't diagnosed with that never matured.
That's something totally different.
So they can add, but they can't subtract.
Fuck you.
They didn't blossom into a fine wine.
But no, like Albert Einstein, he figured out gravity, right?
No, Isaac Newton put a formula to gravity.
Okay.
I think everybody from the beginning of conscious time realized there
Are
was
we
something.
saying that Albert Einstein had ADD? Is that what you're saying?
Like what?
Albert Einstein didn't have ADD.
Why do those
He was actually
woolly mammoths fall off the
diagnosed
cliff when they run over it?
with ADD. But the reason that he figured out as much as he did is because he had ADD. Instead of like living in the here and now, he always stop.
I think Einstein.
In space.
I think Einstein was Einstein because he was supposed to be Einstein, and that's the soul he was giving, and that's why he was acting like that. That's why he
Wow.
absorbed information, because he was supposed to be what he was supposed to be, and he is what he is.
Kind of makes
That's-
sense though with that kind of a hairdo. Like
What are you trying to say?
you gotta
What are
have
you trying
ADD
to
with that
say?
hairdo.
But
I can't figure it out. Ah!
he was shitty in school. He was shitty
You
in
need some Depends from our sponsor. Depends. Senior citizens can now play poker in peace with our new extra absorbency.
But he was shitty in everything he ever tried to do.
It's because he was bored. It was
He was bored.
way too low of intelligence for him to be
You know
interested in it.
Einstein?
He was diagnosed as ADD because he always thought beyond. What somebody like me who does not have it,
Just above and beyond. To infinity and beyond, or a little bit farther after that.
In space.
but like somebody like
Space.
somebody like me could never understand what he thought about on a daily basis.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, whatever.
I apologize to the listeners. If this sounds like a train wreck and you're not enjoying it, you probably shouldn't listen to it if you're not having fun. In space.
But he always thought about, like, he looked up in the stars and he always wondered how, why,
But
what.
people have been doing that since the beginning of time, though.
But not with ADD, Nick.
Alright, I'm going to stop talking.
No, keep going.
No, this is bringing
Oh,
us
yeah.
great conversation. ADD in space.
I'm sorry. That was perfect. Lover's quarrel.
If you could
I
only
look at
see
you.
the death look that Jess is giving Joe right now.
Yeah, she
Through
looks
the
like
microphone. It looks like
Okay.
this.
It looks like her eyes are burning through his soul.
Okay, just right now, if it was 7.8 billion people, or you had to kill Joe to save those 7.8 billion people, would you?
I'd
Right
kill
now.
the fucker.
You kill him, she'd shoot you in the face, Joe. What do you think about that?
That's probably ADD induced.
They make it. There's an app for that.
There's an APP for that.
You done with APP?
Yeah, you know me.
You done with APP?
Yeah, you know me.
You done with APP?
Every last homie.
I'm gonna start slinging Ritalin. And get my PhD in sling Ritalin for a living. Yeah, that's how true gangsters roll now. They go to college for 8 years, get their PhD in slang Ritalin.
Like in a year from now, we could probably have like the NAC app.
The NAC app?
Yeah.
NAC app. NAC app in space. Alright, it's getting old.
It's not good for everything.
No, I gotta use it sparingly.
The first episode. Episode 1.
This is the first episode of
Ep.1.
The podcast with no name, the radio show you don't listen to.
Podcast from space!
Wait, you gotta do that again.
It's the podcast from space!
There you go, that's good.
So can I bring up a very controversial subject?
Yeah, but you gotta talk in the microphone if you're going to.
Mm-mm.
Well, move the microphone towards your face, Joe. Key grip. Key grip!
Key grip.
Okay, I'm right in front of it.
That is not the microphone. Okay, what?
Obamacare.
Do we really have to get started on that?
Obamacare in space! Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Because I think I'm
No.
only...
Nope. I turned your microphone off. We're not going to talk about Obamacare.
Right? I'm the only one in this room that's all for it.
I will turn your microphone on if we do not talk about that stuff, because it doesn't really matter, because this shit's been planned for centuries. It's been on the books.
Why don't you want to talk about the only president that will help you in Zombieland? Okay.
Did you see that article? No, you had that article. He's better adapted for
What about
like alien invasion. Well, zombies are kind of alien.
Romney care.
Obamacare.
Right? Because Romney is a piece of fucking shit.
You can
The
say
views
that on
expressed
the
here
podcast.
today on the show are not anything of anybody else's but hers.
I'm so butthurt right now.
Yeah, no politics. That just...
Kyle, are you butthurt?
Don't you know the rule when there's alcohol around, you don't talk about politics?
Nope.
We can talk about Paula Lice.
What?
What?
Joe has moved from his microphone
No Paula Lice.
to all the way across the studio, and now he's talking on Kyle's microphone
He's fishing.
for no reason. He's chugging.
The Dub Light.
Will you get me another Buzz
No,
Lightyear?
Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz Light beer.
From outer space! Or the space in between!
Jesus Christ.
No. Jesus Diaz.
Jesus Diaz. Jesus Diaz with the zombies.
With injecting you with the abyss. You can breathe underwater. For
So
long
Nick.
periods of time. Look, I'm handing this to the wrong person.
Gracias.
Mac.
What?
Mac Paddywhack.
I still got the biggest sack.
I fucking burnt the fuck out of my finger. So what do you think about Miami Zombie?
Honestly, and it's gonna sound crazy.
Probably.
You get that open?
Pepsi.
Delicious.
Me steal.
The Florida Zombie.
Is that like the new sports team?
I honestly think, and it sounds crazy, but I honestly believe that there was some sort of involvement from an organization. It's the same thing with these people that are going crazy for no reason, like the bus driver who went crazy, and the pilot on the flight that went crazy, started running up and down the aisles.
Is it in Florida?
I don't remember where it was. I don't remember the article. I saw it on CNN, so it was made national headlines.
Go ahead.
But I think there's some sort of research going on right now with either satellite waves, radio waves, some sort of gun or system that delivers some sort of electromagnetic resonance to the brain that causes some sort of hallucinatory delusional state. I believe there's some sort of organization at work, but I little crazy, so.
Yeah, ER got canceled. So, continue, please.
You know, when we talk about the Florida guy, I mean, he was homeless. So, even if he was a part of some organization's...
No.
Is there such thing as
the homeless guy
in
is the one
Florida?
that got eaten.
Oh,
He's
you're
the one
right.
that got attacked, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
No.
So, who was the other guy then?
Some black dude, just like, he was like,
Oh, this
Just
is gonna
driving
turn into
around
something really
and-
bad.
driving around.
So many jokes.
Abandoned his car. He abandoned his car on the bridge and walked across the bridge or down the bridge a little ways and found the bum and started gnawing on his
go eat
face.
your
Wow. That's right.
And he only smoked pot.
Just watch out for the zombies out there.
There's a guy with K2 in Texas that ate his dog. Holy shit.
Please do.
See, but I don't see how that would make you eat your dog. Like, I think that's just kind of an
Do you
excuse.
think the guy ate the dog and then ate the face? Or, like, how do you build up to the face? 'Cause
Those are different incidents.
I know that.
But if it was the
So
same
I'm saying,
person-
like, we were talking earlier.
well, it's just like a serial killer. You'd start by killing small animals. And then,
right? Turtles.
yeah, bugs, mice, dogs, cats,
Mice.
horses, rhinoes,
That movie
elephants, blue whales.
we all love.
What?
Dumbo, but with a G. You know, Gummo?
Gumbo?
I'm just gonna say it, okay?
Say it.
Gummo. Gumbio.
Gumby?
Yeah, Gumby.
What about
Eats
Gumby?
faces. I would love to eat his face. What do you think Gumby's face tastes like?
Sour apple.
Sour apple?
Yeah.
I was thinking spearmint.
Ooh. Like a stick of gum.
Fresh
It
apple.
looks like a sticky gum. No. Celery.
So, is that because his
Oh.
head's shaped the way it is? It slants off?
What's the little donkey's name?
I don't know.
Horse donkey guy?
He's orange, isn't he?
El Burro.
Cram pounds of heroin up his ass and walking
Yeah.
across the border. His name's El Burro.
Jessica, do you know Gumby's horse's name? I
Gumbo?
do. It just came to me.
What?
Pokey.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Pokey.
Yeah. Pokey. Does he taste like
GMF.
carrots or oranges?
What?
Just saying.
Does he pokey carrots or orange?
Does he taste like carrots or oranges?
Ah, he probably tastes like Chipotle.
Are you trying to get free burritos out of this show?
I've never actually eaten at that place.
Really?
What?
Ever, never, ever, never. Because they took my favorite place out,
What was your favorite place?
the Massachusetts Market.
Oh, that's a good one. I loved their chicken on the
Yeah.
rotisserie. That
You
was
got the
like the
hiccups?
coolest thing ever. Go in there, watch the chicken go round and round.
Rotisserie chicken?
Yeah.
No.
Massachusetts
Oh,
mac and
Market.
cheese.
Massachusetts Market. I see.
Mashed potatoes! Mac and cheese!
Are you doing that Florida Fried Chicken commercial?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the Florida fried chicken.
Yeah. It's like the homeless man's face.
Deep fried in a hurricane of oil.
Apparently that guy had like high honors, went to Yale and shit. The homeless guy.
Really?
Yeah, he's like really smart.
So he was like so smart
So
that he
Burned
just didn't
himself
give.
out. The
Yeah.
brightest light burns out first, man.
Yeah.
He had ADT.
Did you
See,
hear that,
alright, she gets it. She's not
America?
mad anymore. She gets it. Oh, because she's drunk. Thanks for listening.
When I'm going, let you come around anyhow. Run around town, down, won't you hear me now? People talking in the street, don't give a shout of coming down the line, we running out of time now. When I'm going, let you come around anyhow. Run around town, down, won't you hear me now? People talking in the street, don't give a shout of coming down the line, we running out of time now. When I'm going, let you come around anyhow. Run around town, down, won't you hear me now? People talking in the street, don't give a shout of coming down the line, we running out of time.